This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Land reform bills to bring fairness, as one MP points to a housing crisis in the country. And former Prime Minister Minnis has a lot to say. We'll break it down. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Laverne Gardner is off today. Also this morning, we're talking with Royal Caribbean about their beach club hiring process. The recruitment drive going on now. The latest on that, what you need to know if you're interested. And then later, it's our monthly series of the Chamber of Commerce. We're meeting one of their very exciting vendors this morning in our business hour. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, parliamentarians debating two bills designed to address loopholes within the land registration system that Prime Minister Philip Davis says failed to adequately protect the inheritance of Bahamians. The Prime Minister says these are the main building blocks of a generational wealth land is, and to slip away from the grasp of everyday Bahamians was, quote, acceptable. He noted that a significant portion of land in the Bahamas lacks a clear title. The Land Adjudication Bill 2025 would allow the responsible minister to declare adjudication with areas to settle any land ownership issues in the area. Davis says that upon the designation of an adjudication area, a land adjudicator, a senior lawyer with at least 10 years' experience in land law, would bring a team of local assessors, demarcators, surveyors, and record officers to delineate boundaries, survey the area, and develop a comprehensive understanding of the history of ownership in the area, including all parties who claim to have a right to land ownership. All involved parties would then be required to file a claim with evidence Pharmacy says the legislation safeguards the rights of those who are overseas, missing, not yet of age, or otherwise deemed unfit to participate. Meanwhile, Engliston MP Glenna Santa Martin raising concern over what she identified as a housing crisis on New Providence, as she noted that many Bahamians are finding it increasingly difficult to afford shelter. Debate yesterday, saying, quote, "We find ourselves now in a situation where land is on the open market in the world, and it had the effect of driving up the cost of land and making it inaccessible to so many people in this country. We are also faced with this dilemma that Bahamians find it almost impossible, many thousands of them, to access land." Hannah Martin referred to the Immovable Property Act, which was passed in 1981 under then Prime Minister Lyndon Pindling, and restricted foreign ownership of real estate in the Bahamas. The legislation was repealed in 1993 by the first Ingram administration and replaced with the International Persons Landholding Act, which encouraged foreign ownership of properties in the Bahamas. Former Prime Minister and Killarney MP Dr. Jimenez says that he believes he has the support to win his seat in the next election, whether as an independent candidate or member of the FNM. The FNM ratified 17 candidates for the upcoming election, but did not name. FNM leader Michael Pintard has said that he asked Minnis not to run again and to serve the party in a different capacity. Minnis has said, though, that he intends to run. Several people are said to be vying for the nod for that seat, including former FNM Chairman Darren Cash, Senator Michael Barnett Ellis, and FNM Vice Chairman Lincoln Deal II. Outside of Parliament yesterday, though, Minnis said, quote, "I think I will win, not think I know." Minnis, who held the seat since 2007, says that due to the volume of registered voters in Killarney, the constituency may likely be split in two. Meanwhile, FNM leader Michael Pintard says the party will soon announce 22 more candidates in the coming weeks. Last week, the FNM ratified 17 candidates, including a mix of former FNM MPs and newcomers to frontline politics. A 40-year-old man accused of molesting his stepdad trial in the Supreme Court. The man's name has been withheld to conceal the identity of his alleged victim. He appeared before Assistant Chief Magistrate Carolyn Vogt Evans to receive a voluntary bill of indictment that fast-tracked his case to the Supreme Court. Prosecutors allege that the man began abusing his wife's child in June 2024 when she was just 12 years old, and the abuse allegedly continued until February 2025. The man will be arraigned before Supreme Court Justice Wilhelmina Archer Mins on August 8th. And a jury acquitted two men of murder but found them guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter. This happened on Monday. Prosecutors allege that Keith Stubbs and Stephen Clark were jointly responsible for the death of 58-year-old Craig Trevor Smith in 2018. It was alleged that the accused, along with Andrew Burrows and Alvaro DeVoe, ganged Smith over an unpaid debt. He was shot in the head during the attack. Both Burrows and DeVoe were murdered before the trial began. Justice Neil Brathwaite will begin a sentencing hearing on October 30th. And FNM leader Michael Pintard says the Davis administration should meet with business operators to discuss the potential fallout from the U.S. government's recent announcement that it will increase tariffs on Pintard outside Parliament saying an increase by the U.S. on any tariff is going to negatively affect the country. He said, quote, "The business community has also signaled that they would expect an impact, so the government has to be engaged in the discussions with the business community with respect to what they anticipate will happen to prices." The parish priest and several others injured after the Holy Family Church in northern Gaza was struck in an attack today. Parish priest Father Gabriel Romanelli was very close with the late Pope Francis, and the two spoke often during the Gaza war. The church, the only Catholic church in Gaza, was damaged in the attack in what witnesses say appeared to be an Israeli tank shelling. The church was sheltering both Christians and a number of children with disabilities. At least two people were in critical condition, and others injured included one child with disabilities, two women, and an elderly person. The Israeli military did not have immediate comments on the strike. Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni blamed Israel for the strike on the church, saying, quote, "The attacks on the civilian population that Israel has been demonstrating for months are unacceptable. No military action can justify such an attitude." Syrian forces began largely withdrawing from the southern province of Sweden today following days of vicious clashes with militias of the Druze minority. Under a ceasefire agreement reached the day before, which largely halted the hostilities, Druze factions and clerics have been appointed to maintain internal security in Sweden, according to Syria's interim president Ahmad al-Shara in a national address broadcast early today. The days-long fighting threatened to unravel Syria's post-war political transition and brought in further military intervention by its powerful neighbor Israel, which on Wednesday struck the Syrian borders in the heart of Damascus. Israel says it was acting to protect the Druze religious community. Ukraine's economy minister and the key negotiator of the mineral deal with the U.S. has been appointed as its new prime minister, becoming the country's first new head of government since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. Yulia Shviridenko is one of a group of officials taking on new roles in Ukraine's government as President Volodymyr Zelensky reshuffles his cabinet in a bid to energize a war-weary nation and boost domestic weapons production in the face of Russia's grinding invasion. At home, though, the cabinet recalibration has not been seen as a major shift, as the Ukrainian leader continues to rely on officials who have proven their effectiveness and loyalty during the war, now in its fourth year. Zelensky submitted nominations on Thursday to shuffle up government positions, including the replacement of the prime minister, the longest-serving head of government in Ukraine's history. In sports, brought to you by Kalik, the Bahamas will be represented by girls' nationals 18 and under divisions at the 2025 Pony International World Series. That's set to take place in McAllen, Texas from July 16th through 20th, beginning yesterday. The 14 under softball roster featuring a pretty big team, and the 18 under as well. You can read all about it in today's Guardian Sports section. After missing a string of games due to a left thumb sprain, Bahamian NBA pro player Valdez Vijay Edgecombe returned to action and helped the Philadelphia 76ers earn their first Summer League victory, 74-58 over the Washington Wizards in Las Vegas on Tuesday. The 76ers' third overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft recorded 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a blocked shot in 30 minutes of play. His shooting numbers were not ideal, going 4 for 14 from the field and 1 for 6 from beyond the arc, but it was his overall hustle on both ends that stood out. It was Edgecombe's first appearance on the court since his dominant professional debut against the Utah Jazz earlier this month. In that outing, he posted a game-high 28 points and hauled in 10 rebounds. The Bimini native was pleased to return to the court and help secure a win after being sidelined for the past 4 games. From the NBA offseason, three-time All-Star guard Bradley Beal and the Phoenix Suns agreed to a buyout on the 2 years remaining on his contract. That's according to a person with knowledge of the deal, speaking to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. The move paves the way for Beal to sign a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers. That includes a player option as he clears waivers. Beal is expected to give back $13.9 million of the $110 million he's owed from the Suns, which allows Phoenix more flexibility as it tries to build its roster. The Suns, which also dealt 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for a package that includes Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the number 10 overall pick in this year's draft, which the Suns used to select Duke center Kaman Maloch. The 32-year-old Beal would join a veteran Clippers roster that includes James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Beal averaged 17.6 points over 2 disappointing injury-filled seasons with the Suns. And from the NFL, Von Miller is signing with the Washington Commanders, with the NFL's active sacks leader joining the team roughly a week before training camp opens. Miller and the team have agreed on a 1-year contract, according to a person familiar with the deal. The 36-year-old edge rusher felt like he still had more to give after getting released by Buffalo in a salary cap-saving move in March. Injuries derailed his time with the Bills, limiting him to 11, 12, and 13 games each of the past 3 seasons. At sports, brought to you by Kalik. And Pop the Top is back and bigger than ever. Kalik, the beer of the Bahamas, giving away up to $200,000 in cash and prizes. Purchase your favorite Kalik beer and look under the cap. You could be a winner. Free Kalik beer, free merch, or cold hard cash could be yours just for drinking Kalik. Kalik reminds you to drink responsibly. And it's time for your first look at weather for today, brought to you by Star General. We've got a mid to upper level low over the northern Bahamas, along with streaming moisture. That's going to support isolated showers and thunderstorms for parts of the northwest Bahamas and northern islands today. Elsewhere, I've got a strong Bermuda high and a dry air mass, keeping conditions mostly stable, but breezy to windy due to a tight pressure gradient across the country. The upper level low is going to weaken and shift north of our area into Friday, allowing ridging to become more dominant. Then a plume of Saharan dust is going to follow, and that's going to bring some drier, more settled weather through the weekend. By Sunday, though, another mid to upper level low is going to move across the area, and that will elevate shower and thunderstorm chances into the new week. So there is a moderate risk of rip currents along east and south coast beach. And again, we're expecting high UV and heat indices. Your forecast for today for the extreme northern Bahamas, including Grand Bahama, partly cloudy to cloudy at first, with gradual clearing expected throughout the day, becoming mainly fair at night. A 30 to 40% chance of isolated showers or thunderstorms, decreasing to a 10 to 20% chance by late afternoon. Wind southeasterly at 15 to 20 knots. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, expect a mix of sun and clouds at first, becoming partly sunny by afternoon and mostly fair by tonight. A 20 to 30% chance of a few isolated thunderstorms, decreasing to a 10 to 20% chance by this afternoon. Winds southeasterly at 15 to 20 knots. For the rest of the country, the central and southeast Bahamas, partly sunny today, becoming fair at night. A 20% chance of isolated showers or thunderstorms. Winds easterly at 15 to 25 knots, or east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots. Temperatures today, we're looking at highs around 92 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but the heat index will make it feel like it's as high as 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll take a closer look at your extended outlook and look at the tropics coming up in just a bit. This weather check brought to you by Star General, insurance made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new
It is time for a break, but when we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or are tech troubles simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Nassau, it's that time again. The Ministry of Tourism, Investment and Aviation presents Bahamas Gourmet Summer 2025. And it all goes down Friday, July 25th on Bay Street. All roads lead downtown Nassau. Friday, July 25th, 12 noon to midnight. Featuring Fanchon, Shine 242, KB, all backed by the Rhythm Band. Also a Chippy Gourmet Rush Out. Friday, July 25th on Bay Street.
Get ready to catch the thrill and win with Shell. Fuel up with $20 or more and unlock your shot at unforgettable prizes.
We're talking regatta trips to Exuma and Harbor Island.
Free fuel, grocery vouchers, water park passes, and more. Just snap your receipt and WhatsApp it to us at 242-422-0271. The vibes are high, the prizes are hot, and the summer is yours to win with Shell. Only at participating Shell stations in Nassau. Now through August 22nd. Terms and conditions apply. Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik, and Ricardo Rum presents the Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. for a cultural affair hosted by Kenny and the Mighty Pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fanchon, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
Don't be left in the dark this hurricane season. Total Services Bahamas, your authorized distributor for Rolco, is ready to install and service a top-quality generator that will power your entire home, keep your lights on, your refrigerator cooling, and your house nice and cozy. When the lights go out, you don't have to. Total Services is here to ensure your comfort and safety this hurricane season and beyond. Complete generator solutions from installation to convenient rentals. Total Services Bahamas, number 98 Thompson Boulevard. Call 323-0400 or 1, or visit the website at totalservicesbahamas.com.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Flow, Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Laverne Gardner is off today, so it's just me and you. So let's talk. You can join the conversation. We'll give you the numbers in just a bit. Also, this morning, we are going to be speaking with Royal Caribbean about the Royal Beach Club and the recruitment drive that's going on now. We'll get details about that And later, it's our monthly series with the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation. We're going to be meeting some of their vendors today, some of their partners, some of their members. Voyage, I believe, is the name of the group. We're going to be talking with them and find out what they are all about. It sounds pretty exciting. So that is, that's coming up. That's all ahead. But let's begin with what else is in the news. In the NASA Guardian today, a very sad story about one of the country's latest murder victims. A family speaking out, mother mourning after her son was found shot dead off Prince Charles Drive. This was yesterday. A 23-year-old man found dead. 23-year-old Wayne Marshall found dead with gunshot wounds in bushes off Springfield Road off Prince Charles Drive. Police say an anonymous tip led them to the body. And you can read the powerful, very sad story, which is far too common these days here in today's National Guardian. Yeah. So in the House yesterday, land reform bills debated, and the Prime Minister says is going to bring fairness to these issues that often destroy people's lives and families, right? And highlighting a lot of the challenges we have in the country. So we're going to get into this at some point very soon. I promise we're going to go deeper into this and what's proposed and what difference that's going to make. But I do want today to focus on some interesting things former Prime Minister Hubert Minnis said yesterday. He had a lot to say about a lot of different things. And begin with what he had to say. In fact, he had so many things to say that the other paper has a whole page, like 4 different articles based on things he brought up that he talked about. It just was like unleashed. But, So the first one, though, on our front page, the National Guardian, Minnis, I will win Killarney. Our Latanya Roberts writing about this. Former Prime Minister support to win his seat in the next election, whether as an independent candidate or a member of the FNM, The FNM ratified 17 candidates for the upcoming election, but did not name any for the Killarney seat so far. FNM leader Michael Pintard has said that he asked Minnis not to run again and to serve the party in a different capacity. But Minnis has said he intends to run. Several people are said to be vying for the seat. But outside Parliament, Minnis said, quote, I think I will win. No, not think. I know. Minnis, who has held the seat since 2007, said that due to the volume of registered voters in Killarney, the constituency may likely be split in 2. We've been hearing that for quite a while now. He said, quote, I don't even know how many seats there are going to be. I was told that Killarney is going to be split, and I think that's a viable option. Killarney has a large voting bloc. And yes, I think splitting Killarney in 2 is a viable option. However, if they split it, I will win as an independent candidate or a member of the Free National Movement. However they split it, I will win. I'm not just saying that based on the population and the voters' numbers from the last election, and I know it's increased. Killarney should be split. That's all I'm saying. I have not seen the facts. But whatever happened, he says he's going to win. Okay, well, that's interesting all by itself. But there's more. There's more. If you want to get in on that, though, what do you have to say about that one? Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, 422-4796. But, of course, there's more. there is more. And he was asked about immigration challenges. And he had some interesting things about the House of Assembly and how lawmakers work and do their jobs and a whole lot more. Take a listen to this first part, and then we'll get to some other things from former Prime Minister Minnis.
Are the immigrants the problem? The answer is no. We are the problem. We, the Bahamian people, are the problem. And the problem is corruption and greed. We have laws. We have sufficient laws. We have adequate laws. It's just a matter of enforcement. If we enforce our laws, then we won't have the problem. So it's not the immigrants, it's the Bahamians who are the problem. You know, I came back in town yesterday. First thing somebody said to me, they gave me a story that they had a colleague who went and applied for a work permit, and they put a few dollars in the application. They know exactly where to go, who to see, etc. Those are the problems. And until we deal with the problems, nothing will happen. We have to face the facts. When we tried to enforce the law with respect to the shantytown, the court stopped us. All right? But I'm not convinced that any administration are enforcing the laws. We come in this parliament, we pass laws. The PLP passed 80, the FNM decided to 85 out to them. The PLP come back and pass 90, the FNM come back 95. It's bragging rights. But are the laws effective? No. You don't have the resources, you don't put the manpower in place, you don't put the finances in place to deal with it, you don't enforce it. This is a beautiful country, and all we need to do is enforce our laws. The laws are there. We don't need during week passing law after law, which don't mean F.
Don't mean what? Really? What? Okay. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Let's get your reaction to all that. I'm increasingly surprised. I shouldn't be though, by the examples that folks who are not in office give, who are running for office, and like, wait, did you report that crime? Because that sound like a crime. And your was it your friend who said put the money? Anyway. And then even the people who are in office, the ones who can make a difference, the examples they give, like, wait, what came out of that? You just can't just drop that there and nothing happened. You just said, oh, well, that's how we go. But hey, we know we have these issues. Some people know better than others, and yet only use these things as examples of what's wrong and throw their hands up in the air and say, we are the problem. What are you doing about it? What did you do? What can you do? All these questions. I'm perplexed. I mean, not that anything is wrong. I'm sure this happened, and I'm sure those things are right that you're saying. But what about it now? 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259. And do you agree that the Parliament is just passing laws like crazy, but there's no enforcement and it's not making any difference? A lot of people have been saying that for a long time, but is it accurate? Good morning, caller. What say you?
The man is certain. The kind gentleman, Kalani, is going through a lot of emotional pain.
Yeah, you think so? Why do you say that?
Well, you can clearly see from listening and watching his demeanor as he speaks, and especially what is uttering out his mouth now, he's losing the ability to stay coherent and laugh in colloquial, sinful place that we go when we are angry.
Wasn't he always like that, though?
Well, yeah, but it's coming out now because, like I said, once you squeeze an orange, you get an orange juice. But once you squeeze, like on the toilet, you're getting that.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe so he's frustrated like the rest of us. I mean,
now he's being squeezed, you see.
But
Dwight, I want to make a comparison so that you could clearly understand the concept I was trying to share yesterday. Now, you know how you have a time relay or a time delay. If someone were to say something profane over the radio, the system hears it before the audience, correct?
Well, it's supposed to be, yes.
Yeah, well, okay, that's when that's engaged. So now, imagine when I told you about you have a light switch at the bottom of the stairway and one at the top. and you can control the light from both directions. So what happens here now is, if Mr. Minnis had a latching relay on his mouth, right? The light would go off on that switch and turn on the other, and he'll be supplied energy from a more pure source.
Is he the only one who needs that? I don't think he's the only one.
I think the whole world needs that.
Oh, well, that's
you
true.
See, I'm always trying to invent something, man.
I like that one, though.
You like that one?
Yeah, that's good.
You have a nice day.
Okay, thank you very much. Again, I don't know if there's anything wrong with what he said, maybe the way that he said it, but I'm just asking if you were able to do anything when you were in the seat of power. That example that you gave, did you do anything about that? Or is it, that's your friend? Oh, well. What are we doing? Good morning, caller. What say you?
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
How you doing? Dwight, it appears that Mr. Minnis, along with others, right, when they are not in the house of assembly, the passion what they express when they out of the house of assembly is tremendous, man. Because if we could see as a people, right, from any of our politicians when they in the house, the passion they show when they in opposition trying to get inside the house is really, I don't think some of them would have ever gotten out of the house if they had expressed the passion when they are out of the house. Mr. Minister, they
Oh, we're going to start a collection for you to get a new phone. We don't like how this phone works. What's happening with phone?
Dwight, you can hear me?
Yeah, your phone, though. What's the deal?
Man, Dwight, I need one phone, man. Dwight, but anyhow, I can try. I tried my best to get one phone, Dwight.
Okay.
Be patient with Bombard.
Sure.
But I really, but I don't really know what's going on with this phone. But anyhow, I can continue to listen, Dwight. But at the end of the day, we have to break the status quo inside this country, man, Dwight. And these politicians of today, they represent just that. When we can hear people them seriously but grow in the country and not their personality, Dwight. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. The passion. Things change. Although we can see that at least one person keeps it going. Glennis Hannah Martin really deserves a special award. Sometimes she says things that is not in line with her party, and she will point out things that many folks in government are turning a blind eye to, or seemingly, and I really have to salute her for that. Speaking about the housing crisis, we definitely have one. We've known this for years, if not decades. But what are we doing? Abandoned houses and buildings on New Providence, though. Have you noticed that? And I really have to agree with the caller last week. Was it on this show? Who said, was that somewhere else? They're building up I think it was a different show. Building nothing but shopping centers everywhere, but yet people can't find apartments and houses. No one seems to be interested in, unless it's high end. No one's building anything for regular folks. What's that about? How many more shopping centers do we need on New Providence? Caller, what say you? Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Morning. Dwight, Mr. Wright, he needs to fix the phone, man. That's been going on too long. But, Dwight, you said the right thing. What did Dr. Minnis did when he was in power? Listen, Dr. Minnis had a law whereby no group of more than 10 can hang out, right? We were on Montague Beach. We watched 92, we counted them, Chinese, march from the Hilton downtown to the Chinese embassy here on Shirley Street. When the speed cop caught up to them, Dwight, it was at the red light by Montague. Okay, it was 92, we counted them. If that was a group of vehement, he would have had us locked up. Okay? Montague Beach is many miles away, okay? Dr. Minnis just had the police come here to the beach. Actually, it's only maybe 8 of us, okay? They come here counting how many of us in the water. And the water not taking that excuse what Dr. Minnis say, okay? Like you said, what did he do when he was in power, right? He allowed the foreigners to get away, or they had one law for them and one for us. The 92 Chinese that walked, none of them was arrested, okay? That couldn't happen. He had this law in place whereby only 10 or 12 go to the funeral, And God help the parents who had 10 kids.
Well, I mean,
you have to decide who's going, who ain't going.
Well, I don't think it's fair to bring up what happened during the pandemic. I mean, again, that wasn't that was a special circumstance. So I don't think it's fair to hold that against the people. Including Dr.
against them, right? Okay.
But clearly a lot of people are. Clearly a lot of people are. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I hear you. I understand
right,
people are still angry. Thanks
Have
a
a
lot.
good day.
Thanks a lot. All right. So he said it. It's the Bahamians it's us who are the issues, who are the real problems when it comes to immigrants. Because again, we paying under the table, turning a blind eye, not doing what is required because the laws are already there. What do you have to say to that? Caller, you're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Good morning.
What's going on, man?
Right here.
Lorraine, enjoy your day off. Hey, Dwight, the reason why Dr. Minnis is on the outside looking in is because that same foolishness what he talking. Dwight, a good leader and a good prime minister, when he get in, he select out his cabinet the right person to run immigration, to run it efficient, the right person to run customs, the right person to run Ministry of Works, to run it efficient. It's his job to make sure that his minister, what he put and everything and make sure everything running efficient. And so us as citizens, how could we enforce the laws? Them as cabinet ministers, they ain't disclosed yet. Ain't none of them pay $10,000. Ain't none of them do 2 years in jail yet. If we could disclose, if we could enforce the laws, we'd put them in jail long time.
We believe most disclosed. We don't know how many, but we know there's always an issue.
Disclosed, they ain't spend $10,000 and they ain't spend the 2 years in jail.
Right. It's very hard to find out who did and who didn't.
And who did. So as a prime minister, it's your job to go through and pick the instead of as soon as you get in, you going firing all the commissioners them because there's PLPs being petty. No, man. You put the right commissioner of police, the right controller of customs. It's your job to pick the right minister to go through his ministry and get the right person to make things run efficient. It's your job as a leader. That's the leader's job. The buck starts at the top. So he can't put nothing on us talking foolish. And he can lose Galani. See, Galani, they ain't no Dr. Minnis. That's an F for them seat, man. Them Alvin nice people, them they voting there for them, man. So he talking foolishness. That's why I started doing Dr. Minnis. Come on, Lewis, turn the TV off, man.
Oh, boy.
Have a nice morning tonight.
Okay. Well, maybe he'll run for the Gambier side. I don't know. Or the lake. Oh, boy. What say you, caller? Good morning. You're live on the air.
Good morning to you, Dwight.
Hi.
Yes. I hope I can call back when you go back to the Property Act.
Oh, no, that won't be today. That'll be at some point over the next couple of weeks. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just read something that came in a letter in your newspaper from Eden Mary Johnson. If Minnis genuinely believe he still has something valuable,
you have to declare who that is so people know what.
Yes, let me declare that this is my wife.
Okay.
If Minnis generally believes he still has something valuable to contribute to our nation's advancement, he owes the Bahamian people a clear, transparent, and compelling explanation. This explanation should clarify why his return to Parliament would not merely repeat the past, but instead open the door to a future we have been promised but have yet to achieve. We are no longer alone as sufficient. We demand purpose, policy, and a vision that prioritize people, and the name of this is hubris maximus, and I think the name fits Mr. Minnis. And it's like a struggle for the person, what they call personal relevance at this particular time. And so the question we have to ask Dr. Minnis, remember we talk about this concept, right? And I know we have people always say the FNM or the PLP and the two political parties, and don't vote for political parties, but vote for our political party. It's about leadership. And just like in the Democratic and the Republican Party, the leadership determines the pace and the direction the country goes. Dr. Minnis was given that opportunity. Mr. Davis currently has that opportunity until November 10th of 2026, October 10th of 2026, and it's about leadership, not party. And Dr. Minnis held that ultimate position of leadership that would have determined the direction the party would have went. Dr. Minnis was the one who also came out and advocated in opposition that we must create transparency, accountability, integrity, anti-corruption, and freedom of information. And so the current leader, if he will put things in place to fix these deficits that we have in our country and put tools in place like technology that will prevent, authenticate, and track these type of things that is happening, these so-called broken systems that we have, or do we look to the next leader to replace Mr. Davis, who would have the capability and competence to bring about those things? And so Dr. Minnis, if he believes that he has a shot at prime ministerhood based on the Constitution that he should know about, and he knows the process that's required, if not, Dr. Minnis should give us, like my wife says, give us what he has to offer us, or stop being a distraction. We are in a nation in crisis. You see, the world is changing. We are not. Yet, Mr. Prime Minister Davis at the Canto saying that we could, should, might, and would have done. The world is not going to wait on us. But yet, we are having conversation about these mediocre things. And it goes to the same thing with Glenys Hannah Martin. She's been part of the PLP from time immemorial, I can say from birth. And these issues about housing it's been coming up. I have written about it. My wife has written about it. Other people have written about it. And what did the government do? Giving out $10,000 for people to turn whatever bed and breakfast is with no strategy to build it. And so I'll end in saying this. Dwight, there's an important statement that was made in the House of Assembly concerning land banking, social housing, and a housing revolution, and y'all should revisit it. It was made by Michael Pintard, and it is a solution. And one day we can have that conversation. Give me about 10 minutes. I can explain what he said and what it means to us as the human people for changing, and it ties right into this salty soup that the PLP is bringing back out to us and calling it a new land registry type thing. Thank you so much.
Okay, or we could ask him himself. But I hear you. If we want to get your text messages, you can call in as well, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free 242-300-5720. Tweet us and Facebook us as well. Texter, caller, good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, Cousin Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
This is Nana Boy, GNN.
Hi. Hey.
Listen, Dwight, I can get in yet, because I think I heard you said it several months back before. You're people that descendant, you're from Rumkey, people from Rumkey, right?
That's right.
It was a good person. Jesus, Dwight, I almost say something else.
Wow.
Good person for you.
Okay.
Because my grandmother, everybody was from Rumkey. That's why I called you Cousin Dwight.
Right.
I didn't do little research, so we as family, we got to get together and see what side of the family we are. But
okay.
Right, Freeport has the model. I waited on T. Allen this morning because this is his area of in this thing like that. So I waited on his call this morning to say what he said just now. Freeport has the model, you know. You see the high-rise condominiums and stuff in Freeport? Those are for persons who can't already afford land and extra stuff like that. One condominium I went to in Freeport, it had 200 apartments, right? Well manicured, well landscaped, like a life key would be. And that is the model we need to do. But see, the problem in Nassau and most of the family islands is we know who controls the land. We know who controls the land. That's the reason why you can't have a high-rise apartment complex or something to accommodate all of these people. Soon we can start building apartments on the water because that person trying to make all the money from the land.
Is it only one person now? I think it might be three.
Well, one person, when I say one person, we mean the biggest one person.
Well,
when it comes to land.
It's debatable now who the biggest real estate one person is around here. But
I don't want you to cut me off. That's why
no, I'm listening. I'm listening. But it's several one people. Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I need a one name. But
it's plenty.
Listen, one thing started out with me. See, this as intellectual and as much as we appreciate the island, I will get one time and switch and goofy water and whoop him. And he started talking about that. You understand? Because P. Allen is too smart. Leaning on the same mode, basically same mode. Pinta had been in that party. You understand? Where Pinta had been when Dr. Minnis was doing all them things P. Allen was saying he was doing. But when I was in the same party, you know.
But you know how this works. We said that about Philip Davis as well, right? But their excuse was that he wasn't the leader. You have to do what the leader says. And that's how that works. All the parties are like this.
Two things started up with me with Pinta. When Rev Davis invited Pinta to the coronation of King Charles, Pinta dressed up, him and his significant other dressed up, take all the accolades, gone, drink the wine, eat whatever they cook over there, then come back and complain about how much it cost. That catch me off guard. The second thing which stands out about Michael Pinta, why when Brave Davis did dissolve the sovereign wealth fund, that even though no money was in it, it was geared towards each and every Bahamian. If $1 had gone in there, why he agreed to dissolve the sovereign wealth fund and then tell me, you looking out for me. Why he do that? That's the two things. Dr. Minnis, as the competent authority, when he was a competent authority, he ain't answered me this question yet. And I know it's a hard one. I had a daughter working to Albany. I all remember when Minnis first won the government, Minnis took 3 bus loads of his parliamentarians to Albany for the victory and get run. Come on, run them. You all get win, come off my property. But during COVID, when Minnis was the competent authority, a call came into Albany asking, and one of the owners asked the person on the phone, why these police stand here trying to close my place? And he said, I paid $2 million to whoever it was to keep this place open during COVID, which we know was wrong, right? Because every place else was closed. And I asked Dr. Minnis, like now, Dr. Minnis, do you know who that person is who get that $2 million to keep Albany open? And he ain't answered me yet. So I on none of they right.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, as you said, we're talking about many things that former Prime Minister Minnis had to say yesterday and getting your reaction to it. We got a whole lot of your text messages. Before we get to the text messages, so this other one here, this is in the Tribune. Public should fund political parties. That's according to Minnis. Former Prime Minister Dr. B. Minnis says the public purse should help fund political parties as part of campaign finance reform. He said parties that meet certain thresholds, like winning a percentage of the vote or securing seats in Parliament, should qualify as viable and be eligible for public money. He told reporters yesterday, I'm just picking a figure. They are entitled to, let's say, $250,000 subsidy per year. That subsidy is utilized to pay the staff and for them to establish an in-house library or museum with the house of their political organization. With the history of their political organization, so that our students can have access to this information. I think that in itself is a form of campaign finance reform, starting with just subsidy. What do you think of that? That's not so bad, but he did promise that as well, right? Didn't they all promise that? And we still are where we are, not likely to see campaign finance reform before the election. Dr. Minnis did not say whether political or public subsidies should come with limits or bans on private donations, which are widely believed to wield outsized influence in Bahamian politics. In 2012, then Prime Minister Barry Christie said campaign financing had sunk to repugnant levels. He, like his predecessors and successors, took no action to reform the system. Public subsidies for political parties are common in countries like Sweden, Austria, Canada, and Australia. In some cases, public money makes up the bulk of a party's funding, with the goal of reducing reliance on wealthy donors and curbing their influence over political decisions. So that's an interesting idea, right? An interesting concept working in other parts of the world. Again, you had time to do this when you were there, but and yet here we are, two elections since, and still Let's go to the text lines. We'll get to, you want to take, let's take that call and then we'll go to the text lines. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. How you doing, my brother?
Doing well.
Oh, good morning, my blessed Bahamas, my baby people who I love dearly. Because I swear my allegiance to the king, his heirs, and successors. That's why these politicians hate the real Bahamians.
Oh, wow.
Right, how long was I telling you guys on the talk show? For over 40, almost 50 years. Right, and Papa go on and appeal the land whole lot back. Dog didn't fix it, but Christy didn't fix it. But the brave day, but you got the opportunity right now, sir, to repeal the land whole and back, how it's selling, they put another. See, I go sisters, nieces, nephew. And even Chester Obas can't afford to buy no land in Nassau, and he's smart. Right, because he wanted to buy a piece out there in the western part. You see, these politicians pretend they like it like this. We know there's lies. We know the civil service lies. But we can fix all of them now. I want to know what lies. All of them come here to tell my people. Me people like this want you to listen. As long as you all keep for these Moses, cool people in our power, and these antiquated people, we ain't to get no blessing. The promise is to this country, you know. Right, I be on the street, all the founders happy, we can get 3 and 4 jobs. So look, listen to value, you've been to Mexican everybody, but our people are about bacon. They by the Chinese getting drunk every day. But Dwight, God go open my people eye. See, our people get a short patient now. And you know what politicians? We ain't scared of you all. And to mention the police, please do your job. To do, if we get so, make sure, take the money out of the police staff association. What you want to do with that tourists on the thing, yes, say, do I see our constitution say freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and freedom of association. Think, hey, y'all got to get this thing right, man. Who the people that's who you're putting on our forces? I'm trying to take my call, my brother.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Let's go to the text line. This person says here, Minnis knows he will win, just like he knew the FNM would win when he called an early election. You sure he knew that? Anyway, he's a legend in his own mind and the minds of the few minions that he has. He just needs to go and eat his stewed fish and not embarrass himself anymore. Well, I'm okay. This person says, I'll have to edit this a bit. No, I don't think I should read this. But they're giving an explanation as to why he would use the words that he uses, like that. Like you heard in that last clip we played. This person says here the word of inspiration for the week from Dr. Minnis is win. Dr. Minnis is on fire and getting more traction than the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition. What now? So much for all the people who mashed him up as PM. Now, when you say getting more traction, what do you mean specifically? Because maybe your definition is okay. Then the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition. Well, this person says here, Minnis and other politicians are so pious when they are trying to win a seat, wasn't it? Hey, gosh, okay, But they're saying he has no credibility. Another texter here, wasn't Minnis just the former prime minister? I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Why didn't he address those issues? Another one here, as long as the cursed corrupt Moses crew with their corrupt backsides, we will never get no blessing. Yes, Glennis is one of the few good ones left. So none of those words were spelt the way you'd think, and so that was a hard text for me to read. But I got your point. Thank you very much. Dwight Minnis pulled a Trump, and Christie gave us the finger. Which former PM is next? I feel like that's a riddle. Did you see the big one that's going on out east? Out here, it will soon be like Carmichael, too many shopping plazas. Oh, you mean where they cleared all that land? Yeah, I really don't understand it. I don't understand. And there's so many with empty spaces. So many with spaces for rent. But we keep putting up shopping centers, literally mowing down the trees to put up a parking lot. And you remember that song. And I don't understand it. And, oh boy. Anyway. Okay. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't understand. This person says, I'm sure Doc has the best intentions for Bahamians, but he should revise his housing program, which seemed to highlight easy access to microwaves and percolators. What now? How? Break that text down. I salute you for recognizing Glennis Hannah Martin. Totally agree with you. Did I hear correctly? Did Prime Minister Minnis swear at the end of the audio? Well, he said a letter that we assume was standing in place of a word. It was odd, very odd. That's, yeah, very odd. It shows how corrupt the place is. A hard pill to swallow, but it's true that the XPM said he's the former Minister Trump. Heard the Prime Minister talking about the UBP and the land of the PLP. I don't know what's going on. The text is going off the rails. I can't continue. This person says, don't harp on the fact that Minister Cass is blamed totally on Bahamians. Haitians are so entrenched in this country that they themselves are hiring their own, and they have the numbers. There are countless Haitian contractors now in the Bahamas. Okay. So what are you saying? You're saying it's not Bahamians. It's just Haitians who've been here so long that they are the ones who are doing all the stuff because they're now second, third generation Haitian Bahamians. Okay. Is that what you're suggesting? I don't know. When the folks come in today from the Chamber of Commerce, can you find out from them if they can do anything to talk to the government to assist us with the straw market? We don't make $1. Oh, boy. Okay, we'll see. I'll ask them. Join me in a green. Bahamas, join me in a green. The Ministry of... okay, not sure what's happening with the text messages, folks. I need you to slow down and text it because there's a lot of words that are not making sense and spelled incorrectly and... words missing. Yeah. Based on that soundbite, what is wrong with what Dr. Minnis said? The only thing derailing him is his personality. And quite frankly, it was expertly manipulated against him. Who did that? Under his management, the country saw relatively low COVID deaths. Relative to anything else, I don't think he was given the opportunity to show what he can do. Sure, he had some missteps, but I feel as if he would have made a difference. Okay. Interesting. I'm just asking you your opinion. That's all. I'm not saying that I said it. I don't think anything was necessarily wrong. I do hope that he reported the friend who told him that they slipped some money to the immigration people for the thing. That wasn't good. I hope he, or something. But it's just amazing to me how everybody sees the light when they're no longer under the spotlight as the prime minister. Or minister of whatever. But once you're removed from it, everything's crystal clear. Scary. This person says here, they're saying, F, Dwight, F, that's a response to your don't mean what question. I think this is Sesame Street, and that was the letter of the week from Oscar the Grouch. Sesame Street did come to mind. This is like the bad part of Sesame Street. Like, don't go past that building because it gets scary down there, and they'll be using the bad letters. Ah, boy. Don't use what happened in the pandemic. That's exactly what you need to look at. You want to examine character traits to assess what people will do when they have the power over you. I've concluded that the trait you need to look out for is I can get back at you. It could be your friend who's plotting some revenge against a rival. When you see that, for God's sake, don't vote to put that person in power over you. Power will magnify the weight of the hammer they bring down on perceived enemies, including you. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I mean, but again, everybody was kind of doing that in the world. There were few places that weren't doing that. We might have taken some things to the extreme, but I understand. We're going to pick this up on the other side of the break. We got a lot to talk about on this Thursday morning. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio. We're back after the news. Stay with us.
Hi! Yeah! Time to scull it! Hey! Y'all ready for this? Here we go! Say she promised she gonna marry me. Oh, yeah! But she run away. She promised she'd be faithful to me, oh, yeah. But she scheme on me.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 90. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Flow, Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796. And now at 8:27, time for a final check of weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. We've got a mid to upper level low over the northern Bahamas, along with streaming moisture. That's going to support isolated showers and thunderstorms over that area, and parts of the northwest Bahamas as well. Elsewhere, a strong Bermuda high and a drier air mass. They're keeping conditions mostly stable, but breezy to windy as a tight pressure gradient moves across the country. So that upper level low is going to weaken and shift north of the area into Friday, allowing ridging to become more dominant, and a plume of Saharan dust is going to follow. That's also going to promote drier and more settled weather conditions through the weekend. But changes come late Sunday as another mid to upper level low is expected to move across the area. That's going to elevate shower and thunderstorm chances for the start of the work week. For now, though, we're dealing with rip currents, moderate to high risk of rip currents along east and south coast beaches, and heat and UV indices in the very high to extreme range. For today, for the extreme northern Bahamas, including Abaco and Grand Bahama, partly cloudy to cloudy at first, with gradual clearing expected throughout the day, becoming mainly fair at night. Initially, a 30 to 40% chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms, decreasing to a 10 to 20% chance by afternoon. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds today, becoming partly sunny by afternoon, mostly fair by tonight. The 20 to 30% chance of isolated showers and isolated thunderstorms will decrease to about 10 to 20% chance by late afternoon. Better conditions for the central southeast Bahamas, partly sunny today, becoming fair at night, only about a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures today, we're looking at highs around 92 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. But the heat index will make you feel like it's 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. Your extended outlook for Friday, tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, turning mostly fair at night. A 10 to 20% chance of showers and afternoon thunderstorms. Pretty much the same for Saturday, partly mostly sunny, turning fair to partly cloudy at night. By Sunday, as we said, changes coming. A mix of sun and clouds at first, becoming cloudy to occasionally overcast later in the day throughout the area. And 20 to 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, increasing to 40 to 60% chance by nightfall. Monday, partly cloudy to cloudy, and Tuesday, mostly cloudy to occasionally overcast in the northern and northwest Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy for the central islands, and a mix of sun and clouds for the rest of the country, the southeastern islands. In the tropics, still watching that area in the northern Gulf of Mexico. This area of low pressure located over the far northern portion of the Gulf remains quite disorganized. In addition to the associated shower and thunderstorm activity remains displaced west of the broad center. Some additional development is possible over the next 12 to 24 hours, but the current structure suggests its chances of developing into a tropical depression before it reaches Louisiana are decreasing. So that's good news, but we'll continue to watch that for you. That's your Morning Blend weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Walls looking a little owl. Swing by Sherwin-Williams Paints for a fresh coat of wow. Best customer service, bold colors, and bargain prices. They've got it all. Sherwin-Williams, let's roll. And a look at traffic brought to you by RBC. With RBC, reaching your goals happens here. So we've got in your real-time traffic, heavy traffic on Milo Butler Highway from Fire Trail straight up to Tonic Williams Darling Highway in the northbound lanes. Elsewhere, manageable in most areas. We've got just a few pockets of heavy traffic, slow-moving traffic at least, on East Street, heading north on the way to the intersection with Soldier Road. and on Blue Hill Road near St. Vincent Road, Prince Charles Drive at the major intersection heading westbound and heading into Robinson Road. And some slow-moving traffic on Soldier, northbound, heading towards Bernard Wolfe and Village Roads. That's what we're looking at right now. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend Traffic Alert, brought to you by RBC. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
When can I open my eyes?
Not yet. Okay, open. Do you see what I see?
It just looks like land to me.
It's our land, son. A wise investment that will grow with you.
Invest in land with CIBC Caribbean and we'll give you US $250 towards your valuation cost and 50% off your loan application fee. With CIBC Caribbean land financing, you can choose to build, hold, or pass on to your children. Visit CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more. Conditions apply.
Wendy's and Coca-Cola is giving away up to $25,000 of hot cash this summer. To enter, upgrade any premium combo from 1 through 12 to a medium or a large for your chance to win the grand prize of $10,000. Don't miss your chance to win big this summer. Visit your neighborhood Wendy's, upgrade your favorite lunch combo, and win hot cash. Rules and restrictions apply.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply. Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clarkson Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it eat wealth, so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
My virginity is with her now. Not going crazy. Can't even speak. Can't even eat. I don't want to drink. I should have listened to mommy. I should have listened to papi. Man, this gal has the heart to take my ring. I nearly married the golden. 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 Rick and Scrap!
We're back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong with you on this Thursday morning. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking with Royal Caribbean about the Royal Beach Club recruitment process and what's going on there. We're going to get all what you need to know about that. Just a bit for Royal Beach Club, Paradise Island. And later in business is our monthly series with Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation. And meeting one of their members, Voyage. We're going to get details about what that's all about. That's all I had on a busy Thursday, but one more thing I want to get to in the news. We've been talking about Minnis, who had a lot to say yesterday, former Prime Minister Hubert Minnis. He was also asked about Sebastian and the rumors. Bastian's not denying it, that he's interested in running for office. But he says he hasn't made up his mind yet. So the former Prime Minister was asked what he thought about it. Take a listen to what he had to say.
He's a Bahamian. Yes, he may have dealt in other type of business before, but now he's dealing with legitimate business. He's accepted. He deposits his money to the bank. He's a respectable individual. Why should he be denied any denied things that other Bahamians are not denied? Is he not equal to me? Is he not equal to you? The answer is yes. He's richer than me, richer than you. I'm happy for him. The laws are there now, and everybody must follow the laws. There comes a time when laws are amended. All laws are amended at some particular point in time. Is this the time? I don't know. But those are matters that has to be discussed. But laws are there, and let's follow what laws are there. The people will decide at some particular point in time if amendments are necessary. Amendments are necessary for all laws at particular time. As we advance and as we progress, amendments come about.
Do you feel like there's room for gaming operators in politics?
Next question.
All right, I didn't understand the last, but he didn't want to answer that. Gives me flashbacks from a few years ago. But what do you make of this? What do you make of this whole debate with what Pastor Lyle Belford had to say earlier and Sebastian's comments and the back and forth and all of this? Really want to get your views on this quickly. I find one thing interesting. Everyone's talking about amending law so that these folks can hold a cabinet post so that, that's great. But I'm amazed that very few people are talking about us, the public, right? There's still no laws allowing for a national lottery. Still a moratorium on who can enter this field that has created millionaires. I can't open a web shop or numbers, what it's called. I can't do it because folks were grandfathered in and it was locked and the rest of us are outside, only making them richer. Why is that still in place? It doesn't make any sense. Some of these people have entered everybody else's industry and they're taking over everything, but you can't get into theirs. Nobody's asked about it. No lawmaker is talking about it, but it's all about them and whether we should change the laws to give them more power. I just don't understand the country. I really don't. Make it make sense to me. Please, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Is it just me? Am I a hater? Is that what it is? Caller, what say you? Good morning.
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's happening, Dwight?
I'm right here.
Good morning, Poppy. Dwight, I wanted to ask you, I don't think I should waste time finding out, if we did intentionally not talk about it. And I think it was in The Guardian with what Pastor Lyle had to say, no?
It was, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen, I don't know how good you know Pastor Lyle, if you know of him. I think you might have had him on your show
He's
before.
been on a couple times, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that's a good gentleman, man, and I don't think he have no time to be. At least I can't say he ain't get a jealous bone on him because I don't know him like how God know him. But I believe the things what he had to say to Sabas, I think he have the authority to say it. Maybe you or me mightn't have the authority to go full into details, especially when he go on in the scripture part and identify them as a certain way. Maybe we in agreements and a lot of us in agreements with the way how Sabas think about this whole thing and his rights to make decisions and do things then, but it's us the people too who will give our opinion and make a decision like what we have to do. I think he I don't know if you could ever get Pastor Lodge to come back on, but he gave him a good whip him. He gave him a new one, like the people them is say. And I think it was deserving. Like I say, maybe I can't say something. Not the game, but the business what he in is the faith what he in, the religion as a pastor. I guess he have the authority to say the things that what he had to say. And then I listened to the president of the Christian Council, and I expected him to say something, but I guess he had enough to say about immigration and different things like that. Everybody doing their own thing. But I think he gives Sabas a new one, and I in agreement with some of the things, them like how Sabas them going about doing things and stuff like that. I'm proud for him as a black man, like he say, 200 years later, and they just catching up and stuff like that, man. But he's doing a little bit too much, like the people is be saying.
Well,
man.
I don't know if
think
that's
he
true.
doing a little bit, huh?
I don't know if that's true, but the fact
What's
is,
true?
I don't know if he's doing too much.
Okay, that you might want to accept that, but he coming across greedy to us.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I hear you.
That's true, but that's how he coming across. And ain't nobody jealous of him.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, hey, plenty of us would like an opportunity to be greedy, I suspect. But again, why is there a moratorium? And why isn't anybody talking about that? Why is anybody asking about, well, no, some people are, but not enough, about a national lottery and how beneficial that could be? Why are we only focused on these individuals and what they want and what more they want to do? What about the rest of us, the Bahamian people? Caller, what say you?
Hey, Dwight, how you doing, man?
Doing well.
Yeah, you're right, I mean, I know the caller's talking about Pastor Lyle, and that's his, he's a religious pastor, and I respect what he said. But we who in Fort Charlotte, it's like everybody missing us. We in Fort Charlotte, and what we see and what I see is two other candidates, and I think that's Robinson and Tramigo Archer. And we have known both of those candidates for years. The people of Fort Charlotte know them very well. So I don't know where all this thing come with this other gentleman, the number guy, whatever they call him, Sabas. But we in Fort Charlotte, we would examine persons who we have known for years and may give them an opportunity to come forward, But I don't know all this thing they carry on with. And I agree, you should really have a national lottery, because I know the Bahamian people voted against this lotto thing. So, but we in Fort Charlotte, we are here, we are very intelligent people. There are many families in that area, like the Archer family and many others who have seminars who have come from beginnings, started out in life with nothing and end up going through school and having a career. But we are intelligent people in Fort Charlotte. Money cannot move us like that. We look at your background and we ask you good questions about what you want to do. Do you have a desire to represent people? So it's not only, I know Sabas is trying, but we have other...
Okay, there's two more calls and we got to go. Good morning, you're on the air. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Dwight. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. Anyone else in with you?
No.
Okay, good morning to the nation. Now, to address the first point you made, I don't know why you say no one else is talking about it.
Not many. Not enough.
I've been speaking about it from the very start. I was the one who started that actual conversation.
Well,
I continue to speak about that today because I always found it to be unfair the way that policy was shaped.
I don't know how
right?
you
from the very start, I spoke out about it.
Okay, so I'm surprised that this is not any part of the conversation at the moment. Very few people are talking about it.
Right, I still speak about it to this day. I also participated from the very start, at the same time, before the legislation was passed. I spoke about the national lottery because I participated in a survey, in a national survey that was conducted at the time that helped to advise the government of the day as it relates to what the Bahamian people wanted.
Okay.
And how close the numbers were to supporting a national lottery versus just doing gaming and or doing both a national lottery and providing houses with the opportunity to exercise the legislation of it, right? And I still believe in that today. I don't believe that it was done to the best interest of the majority.
Yeah, so I'm sure you are surprised that more people seem to be talking about whether the laws should be amended to allow folks to hold a cabinet post if they are in this industry than about fixing what was an egregious error with this original law.
Dwight, quite frankly, Dwight, I also understand the underlying support that was entered into with the government of the day, which created that position in the country and in the legislation that prevents persons in the gaming industry from entering into the cabinet. However, Dwight, when you examine the primary reason, we've had in our history over the last.
No, I'm not having. I don't want to talk about that. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying there are bigger issues that need to be addressed.
Right.
And for some bizarre reason, the Bahamian public seems to be fascinated with this one, which is really very odd.
But Dwight, those are two of the major issues. I was just raising another of the major issues, which is that at the end of the day, we've had super wealthy politicians who has passed through the parliament, right? And their super wealth can have the exact same outcome in the money spending if they desire it as a numbers house owner who may also be super wealthy. That being the points that I'm making.
Okay.
That's it. And if that is the case, Dwight, it would be grossly unfair to hold over any super wealthy individual, no matter what industry they're in, so long as the industry is legitimate in the country. It would be unfair to hold over their head their super wealth and use that as a means to prevent them, as well as it would be unfair
we get that.
to hold over their head someone who does not have wealth at all, or someone who comes from a position of poverty. And so I'm simply looking at the national interest and the national issues, and not the personalized issues in the way it's being presented, because government does have a responsibility to govern, and wherever we have laws that are in effect that do not work in the interest of the national interest and the majority, we ought to review them as soon as applicable and as soon as practicable.
Right. Thank you very much. And again, we're not hearing that. Everyone's talking about a law that will benefit 1 or 2 or 3 or 6 people. So that's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm saying it to you, and you say you understand me, but you're still doing it, which shows where we all are as a public. Let's read these messages. Why isn't Sabas arguing that what is good for one person should be good for all, such as owning a Numbers house? Just as he aspires to serve in the cabinet, we also desire to own a web shop. Why hasn't the PLP, who claims to support widespread ownership, corrected this error in that first law? Hey. And this person says here, there is a moratorium because they are the main funders of the political parties. Whoa, boy. You seem to be asking in a roundabout way, when will wealth become more common? But we know that's only the country's name, not what this country has ever been about. Thank you for informing me. I've been confused for many decades. Thank you. I agree with you. The moratorium on gaming should be lifted, but strict criteria implemented for those who want to join the industry. Totally agree. But also, is there a moratorium on banks? Because from when I was a child, the same banking institutions are here with no additions. That's what we need, more competitive rates and less fees. There is no moratorium on banks, but it's not an easy business to get into. Not at all. Not at all. The National Lottery was 59 to 40% against. That is not close. And please don't give political operatives the space to say things legitimized by being said, have it repeated elsewhere as fact. I'm not sure what you mean, but okay. We know that both questions failed, but more people voted in favor of the National Lottery than for regularizing gaming houses. but yet only one became a thing. But hey, we're going to take a break. We're going to change gears. When we come back, if you're looking for work, the Royal Beach Club may be the place for you. We'll find out more when we come back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
I can't even eat, don't want nothing to drink. I should have listened to mommy, I should have listened to papi. Man, this gal, so cold, she take my ring. I nearly married the golem, watch it for a whipping she put now. I nearly married the golem, clean on the outside and the devil on the end. I nearly married the golem, man, she's the one who proposed to me. I nearly married the golem, now I got a new gal. So gal, wine, 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 wine. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Go down, 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 down. Oh, come up, 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 up.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Here's the Sure-winning art store moment from Shelley and Dee Dee.
We're the only full art store in the Bahamas. If we don't have it, we make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the Montana spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor and paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobby craft,
Oil shrimp,
clays.
stew shrimp, shrimp gumbo. But art supplies. We have a lot of them. Sherwin-Williams Art Store. Find colour in every day.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
This your boy, Sean.
Shing a ding 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 ding. Oh yeah.
Let's go! We got a time again, yes, I'm grabbing up on my friends. I could be the first one there. Oh yeah. Everything getting told, yes, I drop my car on the board, then jump on Bahamas, yeah. I got my money, oh, I got my yacht. I even got my own bar. You can't leave, I don't care. I ain't missing one spot this year, 'cause I'm the island man.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan with you on this Thursday morning. We're changing gears now, talking about Royal Caribbean and the Royal Beach Club. It is getting closer to being a reality, and recruiting is going on now. Here to tell us all about this, we're very pleased to welcome Jillian Gray and Paul Moxie. Good to have you with us this morning.
Happy to be here, Dwight.
Happy to be here. Good to see you again, Jillian. All right, so let people know. I mean, I think we've had Royal Caribbean on countless times to talk about the Royal Beach Club. But for those who might not be familiar, the three people in the country who don't know about it, let everybody know what the Royal Beach Club is.
So this is Royal Caribbean's newest offering here in the Bahamas. The Royal Beach Club is a very groundbreaking, world-class destination designed really to showcase the vibrant spirit and culture of the Bahamas. This is made for Bahamians and for our guests to get a taste of what the Bahamas is and all about. So we're combining the stunning beaches and luxurious pools. We have private cabanas with an authentic Bahamian experience. And when I was on Aaron's show last week, I gave a little tidbit. I love fritters that we are going to have.
What now? What?
Fire engine fritters. Stay tuned, Dwight. Stay tuned.
Is that just the name, or is it the actual ingredients?
No, it's the actual ingredients. Yes, that is, and that is the only thing that I share right now from our food and beverage.
You've eaten this before? You've had it?
Not me personally.
Uh-huh.
I came like 2 weeks too
I
late.
haven't tried it yet, but I can't wait.
Yes, I came 2 weeks too late to the taste testing, but I hear that it is going to be amazing. So I'm going to invite you down December 2025 so that you can experience the fire engine fritters for yourself.
Imagine.
But we have this is a first of its kind public-private partnership. The Royal Beach Club really prioritizes Bahamian ownership. I would have talked a little bit about this on the other show about how coming up this fall, I'm so excited. We're going to have our private placement where people can invest up to 49% in the beach club. Okay. So while we are here talking about jobs and talking about how you can start your career with the company, we also want to just foreshadow that not only can you become a part of the beach club by joining us to be one of our team members, but you can also join us and support and actually own on Paradise Island. So we are very excited about what's going to happen, about the transformation that is happening right now. I got a glimpse of the construction that was going on, and it's shaping up to be very, very beautiful. I can't wait for Bahamians to see it, to experience it. And yes, Bahamians can come to the beach club. That's one of the questions that we often get. So let me just set that record straight right there. Yes, Bahamians can come to the beach club, and we really want you to experience all that we have to offer.
Yeah. You said December, so that's when the official opening or the unofficial? Which one is it going to be?
The official. The official. You can touch, taste, feel everything. Wow. We're going to have one of the world's largest pools there. We're going to have family cabanas. Listen, the experience is going to be authentic. I'm really excited about the Bahamian artists that we are bringing on board to make this a reality, from the murals, the sounds, so everything. All of your five senses are going to be encapsulated with Bahamian excellence at this beach club.
Wow. Okay, so what is happening right now, July 2025? What is going on at on Paradise Island at the Royal Beach Club?
Absolutely, Dwight. So my team and I have been traveling all across the country, leaving no stone unturned, looking for the best Bahamian talent possible. So we visited islands such as Exuma, Long Island, and Grand Bahama to source their talent. So we're looking to fill upwards of 200 roles of local talent for the December 2025 start. So right now we're in our Wave 2 phase where we're looking to bring on senior leaders. So we're looking for roles such as technical manager, island experience manager, island operations manager, safety and security manager, to name a few. We've just wrapped up roles such as safety and security director. So, we're looking to hire locals at the senior level to really, just show what leadership is in the Bahamas and really help drive this project forward. So, our next event would be our swim test, which is coming up on July 26th. So, if you're interested in being a lifeguard and so forth, come out, show test your skills. So you would have to do a 300-meter swim, dive to the bottom of the pool to pick up a 10-pound brick and tread water with both hands in there for 2 minutes. So, if you can do that, we welcome you.
Yeah. All right, July 26th. All right, so you're saying this is the seniors looking for, have you already completed junior level recruitment?
So we're going from top down.
Okay,
So you would have seen a lot of our directors recently come in. We recently hired our HR director in Simone Bowe. We hired Alistair Delancey. Troy has been with the company for many years, and he brings a wealth of experience. He's coming from Coco Key to be the general manager here at the Beach Club. So all of our senior positions are really already filled. And so this is the next step. So these are from directors, we're now going to our senior managers, and then we're going to work on our team members.
And Paul, you said you're looking for 200.
Yes. So
Yes.
we've been actively building that pipeline over the past few months or so. So when it's time to fill those roles, we have the talent in place.
Okay, so tell us a little more. I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
No, I wanted to talk about how vast the job opportunities are here at the Royal Beach. Just think about guest services. They don't think about island experience manager or technical manager, carpenter, electrician, storekeeper, technical administrator. They don't think about being an IT specialist. We even need mechanics on our beach club because we are going to have motorized things to get through the beach club, for people who may not be able to walk as far. We need those types of things. So we need people to service all of that. So a heavy equipment operator. We need service operations manager, lifeguards and lifeguard managers, plumbers. So even in the unconventional roles, think about how you can fit in, right? So we need a pool MEP, a refrigeration technician, all of those things. Paul would have talked about our security deputy that we would have already. Our security deputy that is actually open right now. So think about where your skills lie, and we more than likely have a position available for you.
And on the marine side of things, we'd be looking for a harbor master, assistant harbor master, as well as rescue boat operators.
Wow.
So,
and these are all full-time jobs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, these are all full-time positions. So a lot of people feel like, contract work thing. No. These are full-time positions, full-time benefits. And so we want people to go and check out our website. Our website is Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career. And you'll be able to, and if you didn't catch that, all of the information is Dwight's Facebook page, which is Morning Blend 96.9. I got that correct, Dwight?
969, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Look at you.
So we made sure that we had those on his page. So go to Dwight's page and you'll see our post there, and you'll be able to click on where you can find out more about careers. You can also follow us on our WhatsApp channel because we frequently post updates, and they're not just updates about career opportunities. We also post updates about what we're doing in the community because our company really is community minded. We say that we are propelled by people, and we are all about being sustainable, energizing communities, and accelerating innovation. And we show how we're doing that in the Bahamas. We've been here for 50 years. We've poured into many different civic organizations. We have one coming up. I don't know if they want me to talk about that just yet, but it's in agriculture. And so you will see us all around. And a lot of people don't know about the civic side that Royal Caribbean does. They know that we come here via our ships, but they don't know about the civic side. So we wanted a place where you can really see how we pour into the community. And so we want you to follow that WhatsApp channel so that you can stay.
All right. So is there some, I don't know how to put this, who would make a good fit? Other than having the skills in these areas, is there a type of energy that you're looking for? What can you tell us in that regard?
Yeah, so we're looking for dynamic individuals, those who are leaders and really can maintain and grow that Bahamian standard of excellence and really be able to showcase what the Bahamian market is to our guests for Royal Beach Club, who will be coming from all around the world. So, people who are detail oriented, they're proactive. Those are the type of individuals that we're looking for.
Do you need to have a certain amount of experience?
For some of the positions, particularly for those technical positions, we want you to have the skills for those, right? And people know where they fit. So me personally, I wouldn't sign up to be, let's say, a harbor master because, trust me, you don't want me driving a boat, okay? so I know that community, and so that's why I applied for the role. So people know where they fit. So when you go on and you see if you have a degree or certification in hospitality, you may want to be a guest service agent. Or if you have experience with heavy equipment and you want a change in career, you want to come over to the hospitality space, we have a space for a heavy equipment operator. So we have a space for a mechanic. You don't want to apply for that if you don't know what you're doing underneath the hood, you know what I mean? So when you go on, like I said, there are 200 positions available. And so we have a spot and a fit for many different people from many different job backgrounds. So once you go on there, you'll be able to see where you can get plugged in.
All right, so we're talking with Jillian Gray and Paul Moxie with Royal Caribbean, the recruitment team, the careers recruitment team. You have a specific name for that. I don't want to get it wrong. It's called the...
So it is our talent acquisition team.
Wow.
Yes.
Talent acquisition team. All right, so I told some folks that you all were coming on the show, and I got some unusual questions. One said, well, how are employees going to get to work? Do they have to catch the ferry? Have access on Paradise Island?
So there is no access from Paradise Island. So all of our team members are going to come in a central location. So we are handling all of that ferrying, right?
Oh,
so
it's every day you'll have to get on the
every
ferry.
day you'll have to. So our main office, which is going to be opened coming this fall, I'm very excited about that. So about 20 or so of us are going to be in that office. And so you'll hear a little bit more about that as we go on. But our office is downtown. And so all of our work are coming to the beach club will come to the office downtown, and right off that office, there is going to be a ferry where all of our team members will get on and they will go over. So you just have to get parking downtown and then you'll be shipped over.
Okay. Any swimming requirements? Do you have to know how to swim?
We do not foresee any incidents in that regard, but yes, if you want to be a lifeguard or if you want to be a lifeguard manager, then yes, swimming is required. But other than that, no, swimming is not required.
All right, so I want to get some more details about what those who are looking at these positions need to do. But before we get to that, so if you mentioned the junior level jobs, that will come later. What exactly should someone who's interested now doing?
So they can definitely send their resume over to pdrecruitment@rccl.com, and our team will reach out to them to send them a smart sheet link where they can fill out an application and, just express interest in whatever role that, suits them best.
Okay.
So from then, my teammates and I, myself or Adina Taylor, will screen them and get them in front of a hiring manager, if they're qualified and everything checks out. And from then, the hiring manager will make their decision on, who they want to put in those positions.
Yeah. Okay. Give that email again.
pdrecruitment@rccl.com.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. So if you are interested in a senior level post, you've heard what you said this morning, or you're going to check that out. What do you need? Resumes. You need references. Tell us everything.
Yeah, so for the full onboarding process, you would start with your resume, but you'd also need your character references, police certificate. You'd have to pass a drug test, and you'd also have to upload your NIB passport as well. So those would be the main requirements.
And that will be for everybody?
Yes, for everybody.
Okay. And that would be for juniors too, I suspect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same onboarding requirements.
And is there a deadline?
It depends on whenever the rules are, but you can start sending them as early as now. We will, put your information in the right spot so we can reach out to you when the time comes.
Yeah. And when is the earliest of these folks would start working?
What is it?
So as early as August 2025.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Next month.
Yes, and
So-
we brought on some people already, so
Okay.
we're well into the process.
So be
Yes.
prepared to start working.
Yes,
Very soon.
definitely.
Yes.
So I want to talk a little bit more about that swim test that we have coming up on July 26th. So afterwards, if you've met the requirements that Paul would have talked about, then you go through 4 days of training. So we're not going to let you do the swim test and then that's it. Okay, so you're going to go through 4 days of training. And let me let Paul actually talk a little bit more about that.
Yes. So it's a paid training where we work with our lifeguard leads and lifeguard managers to really get you, further up to speed as far as the Star Guard Elite, certification and skill level. So once you come to the island, you can definitely hit the ground running and be extra prepared. Even though you already do have the lifeguard skills, that training will help go a long way.
And I know that we're here talking about opportunities at Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, but you know that Royal Caribbean has been in the Bahamas for the last 50 years. We have Coco Key, and positions are continuing to be filled for Coco Key. So if anyone, they want to join our team and they may not be interested in the Royal Beach Club, they may want to go to Coco Key, there are benefits there as well. So when you go to Coco Key, housing is taken care of for you. You're being fed. So I had a team member tell me, she was like, well, this is the best life. I'm getting paid, I'm getting fed, I'm getting housed, and so we have, particularly for those roles, we see it as if you are a young person, you just graduated, you are taking a leap year from college, or you want to just get a jump on life and get started. I think that is such a great place to start a career, particularly in hospitality. And like I said, we've had team members who have moved up through the ranks, who have gone on to do various different things. I always like to talk about our general manager, Troy, because he has such an amazing story. He's seen it all translate now within the company, and we're so very proud of him. But we want to have more Troys. We want to have more who not only start with us at a team member level, but they really come up through. They get those director positions, they get those executive positions, and that doesn't just have to be here in the Bahamas. That can be worldwide. This is a global company. And so you can move through and move to various different destinations. We're developing all over the world. We even have Bahamians who are on our ships. And I thought, when I came into the company, I thought that was so expansive, because we don't typically talk about, or we don't talk about enough, Bahamians who are on our ships, who are in other jurisdictions doing amazing things. And so really, if you are And I keep saying young people because, I'm young. I'm passionate about making sure that the next generation gets the opportunity, gets the chance, and is able to move through. But at whatever stage you are in, whether you're looking for a career shift, whether you're looking for a life shift and you want to try something new, definitely you can come on board. But I'm really passionate about those young people, getting them in, making sure that they're able to build a life, build a career, and move up through the ranks.
Excellent. So the lifeguards, when would they start working if they pass the test and the training?
So the lifeguards, we're actively looking for them now, because we do have lifeguards to fill on Coco Key. But the lifeguards for Royal Beach Club, they'll be looking to start in October.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
And time is really going.
Yes,
August
it
is just a couple weeks away, right?
Yes, it is.
So this is very exciting. Again, let people know what they need to do if they're interested in any of these senior positions.
Absolutely. So you can send your resume to pdrecruitment@rccl.com if you're interested in any of our senior level roles. Even if you don't send your resume anyway, because they'll definitely be a fit in the future. I do also want to take this time to say that we're looking for a site nurse on Coco Key at the moment, as well as operations drivers and incinerator operators. So, if you're in that skill area, please definitely send your resume as well. Be happy to connect with you.
And see, Dwight, people don't usually think about that. Nurses are always complaining about being in clinics or being, in the hospital, and they may want to have a different feel. They may want to do something different. You can be a site nurse actually in the hospitality field. We're even looking for nurses, and not to put a plug in there for the global section, but we're even looking for nurses on our ships. And so think about, even whatever space, whatever sphere you're in, I would encourage you to send that email to pdrecruitment@rccl.com or go to Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career. If you're on social media, we have all of the pages, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of the pages and they all have positions here in the Bahamas as well as globally.
Yeah, okay. And again, you're looking to fill these 200 positions in just a few weeks.
Yes.
When it comes to juniors, can you say?
In total, it'll be around 100 or so.
Okay. All right. So plenty of opportunities coming up. So I'm
Absolutely.
sure you're going to keep us posted
Absolutely.
and come back to tell us more about that.
Of course. And then finally, I know, so we have a lot of partners that we work with because we want to get Bahamians in these spaces. We want to make sure that Bahamians are filling all of the roles that we have. And so we're partnering with the Ministry of Tourism, we're partnering with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and of course the Department of Labor. And the Department of Labor, next week, they're having a career and college fair in the Golden Isles constituency. So next Saturday, if you're not sure, if you're hearing us right now, you go online, you go to Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career, and you see a position, but you want to talk to somebody. You want to be face to face with somebody. Come out to that career and college fair next week. It is at Remnant Tabernacle of Praise on Carmichael Road next Saturday. Bring your resume, come and talk to our recruitment team, our talent acquisition team, to kind of feel out, okay, is this really for me? Where do I want to fit in? What role looks like it's going to be the best for me? So if you go online, if you send us an email, but you still want to talk to someone, I just wanted to put a plug in there week Saturday at Remnant Tabernacle of Praise.
Okay, excellent. Someone's asking for the link one more time, Paul.
pdrecruitment@rccl.com.
Okay. And we're
Yep.
gonna post
Or
that.
Royal Beach Club and that's AT, paradiseisland.com/career. It is on the Morning Blend Facebook page as well. So please go there and you'll be able to click on that. Or Dwight, you know what? I'm going to send it to your WhatsApp so everybody that asks, they can. You can just send it to them. No.
Well, anyway, but Facebook and Twitter. We put it on Twitter as well. So you
Okay,
can find it
perfect.
there.
Perfect.
Great stuff. Jillian Gray, Paul Moxie, thank you so much for being here this morning. Good luck to you. Good luck to everybody who's going to apply for these jobs. And we can't wait for December to get over to the Royal Beach Club.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was a great conversation. Thank you.
All right, we're going to break for news and be back with the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, our Chamber Hour series here on Morning Blend Business coming up. Stay with us.
I'm riding up, yeah, big sun and I'm riding. I'm a go be sailing, party little Bahamas, oh yeah, I'm riding up.
Is your business ready for the next big step? More inventory, new equipment, a larger space? At Fidelity, we offer commercial loans to tailor needs. Inquire today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's good to be alive.
As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice and your peace of mind with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. Visit our website today so you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
Cleveland Clinic. Care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else, all to redefine what's possible for everyone, everywhere, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
With RBC, your idea of loving every journey happens now. Free up cash with affordable auto financing from RBC. With competitive rates and no bank fees, it's the perfect time to make every journey something special. Apply now to pre-qualify in 60 seconds at rbc.com/auto loan to shop with confidence. Conditions apply. RBC, your idea of loving your journey happens here.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Hey kids, it's back! The Jeff Rogers Summer Basketball Camp, July 28th to August 8th at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for boys and girls, 5 to 18. Pair and learn from the NBA superstars past and present, including our very own Buddy Hield of the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson of the Dallas Mavericks, former Laker great Michael Sweet Bells Thompson, another great among the point guards back in the day, Muggsy Bogues, and many others. Application forms now at the Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Tonic Williams, Darling Highway. Call 341-4021 or check the website, jeffrogersbasketballcamp.com. This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Thursday, July 17th, 2025. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan, and this morning it's time for a special Thursday edition of our monthly series, usually on Tuesdays, with the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation. And we're very pleased to have back with us Dr. Leo Roll. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dwight, and good morning, Bahamas.
Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. And today we are going to be talking about Voyage.
Yes. So, thank you. Always a pleasure to be here. The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation has, for a very long time, as you know, stood on what I would consider a foundation of, or a legacy that's been built on helping the MSME community, and also to, to expand beyond our borders. Just in the last year or so, we've been very strategic about two specific things. One of them is diversification of our how businesses procure goods and services, but also export potential. And so how do we ensure that the businesses in the Bahamas are able to go beyond our borders to access the market that may be international? And while we're still working assiduously, slow but assiduously, on the export of goods, we've kind of found a way where we can export services, but also help the orange economy in partnership with a great company, that Voyage, that is, that we have worked with to help the orange economy to thrive. And so it's an excellent program. I'll, of course, allow Voyage to speak specifically about it. But this provides opportunity. We've partnered with the National Art Gallery as well, NAGB. And obviously because of the industry, but also because we are big on partnerships. And you've heard me say that over and repeatedly.
Yes.
A big part of the success of the ability to galvanize relationships, but also leverage those relationships. And so when Voyage reached out to us, it was simply a natural extension of our mission and mandate in helping these entrepreneurs, these Bahamians, to get on board Royal Caribbean ship. And so it's so great that you just had Royal Caribbean in,
look at that.
because they've been an excellent partner of the Chamber over the years. Obviously, one of my predecessors, Philip Simon, is heading the local branch here of Royal Caribbean, but they've been an excellent partner. And so Voyage, it's no surprise or no accident, I think, that Royal Caribbean was just on, and now we're talking about a partnership with Voyage, NAGB, and the National Art Gallery.
Okay.
So I'll, of course, allow Kathleen. I'll send it back to you first, but we have Kathleen and Rachel on, who will speak more about this excellent partnership in collaboration with NAGB.
Wonderful. We're very happy to have Dr. Kathleen Sullivan-Seeley, cultural ecologist with the University of Miami, who lives in Exuma. And we have Rachel Hale, the president of the Hale Effect and the project manager for local partnerships with Voyage. Ladies, great to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. All right, so tell us about Voyage. What exactly is it, and how did it get started?
Sure, I'll take this question. This is Rachel Hale. So Voyage, it's play on words here. It's spelled Voyij. It was a company that was founded in 2014, actually in Skagway, Alaska, and founded by a young female. And she saw a real need to create a purpose-driven online marketplace and travel platform that connects locals with larger communities. And so she's a native to Alaska and saw that there was a real opportunity to connect indigenous people with cruise passengers or people that are coming through. And so she aimed to expand the reach and the window of opportunities for these local artisans and retailers through an e-commerce platform. It's kind of like an Etsy type of format. And so they achieved such success in Alaska, which is somewhat similar. I had struggled to wrap my brain around it when she first approached me to the Bahamas, because I'm thinking, seriously, how is Alaska like the Bahamas? You know, like I couldn't figure it out. But they have some real challenges with logistics and connectivity and having access to urban areas and economic opportunities. And so when she started sharing those details with me, it made a lot of sense. Being an archipelago of over 700 islands and keys in the Bahamas, there are some really, really talented folks who may or may not have access to the commerce activities that occur here in Nassau, the capital. So I said, oh, wow, this sounds like a really great opportunity. And so we've been partnering with great people like the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and the National Art Gallery to further this mission in the Bahamas in general.
Okay, so give us some more examples about how it works and the role that the locals play in this.
Sure. Yeah, great question. So the central mission for Voyage is an e-commerce platform, really simple. But what's so cool about it is through strategic relationships like with Royal Caribbean, we've been able to access different stages. And so what Dr. Seeley will speak about is something that we've launched 3 years ago called Locals on Board, where we're able to take locals from the Bahamas and then put them on a Royal Caribbean sailing. We've done this with 6 other cruise partners as well. And basically, they're able to share their stories and culture with the cruise passengers during the duration of the cruise. So, in this last instance, Dr. Seeley was on for 9 days. And so she was kind of like warming up the crowd before the cruise even arrived to Nassau, which was a really great opportunity for then the guests to see Nassau through a local's perspective or with a different lens.
Okay, all right, that is cool. So how does that work? Are you give a informational session, or you're just on the ship mingling? Tell us more about that, Doctor. I guess you can tell us how that went for you.
Yes, certainly. It was a great opportunity. And I have to say, this was so serendipitous because the founder of Voyage, her and I went to college together. And they came and visited me in Exuma, I guess 2 years ago, and talked about that. And I knew that she was from Alaska, and we had talked about trying to integrate Alaska culture better on the cruise ships, which are these large ships that come in, to Glacier Bay and see the wonders of Alaska, but not really interacting with the culture of Alaska. So when she first approached me, I said, this is really important. And when I was on board, I had a name tag, identified myself as the local on board, sat with different groups of people at dinner, and then I gave a series of 5 talks.
Okay.
And I think my real purpose in giving those talks was to introduce them to how the Bahamas is unique in the Caribbean. And what I found, I hadn't been in 25 years, is that so many people use cruising as their vacation mode. Yet they think of all of the Caribbean as, the islands are all the same.
You hear that all the time. Yep.
So I'm trying to start out. I gave a series of 5 informal lectures showing lots of pictures and kind of said, this is how the Bahamas is different from the Lesser Antilles, are from the Greater Antilles and Cuba and Hispaniola. This is their natural history. And then I really dove into, I gave a whole lecture on sharks, turtles, and whales of the Bahamas, and, which ones come and go and which ones live here. And I think the idea was to get people to see the Bahamas as a unique set of islands and how they would differ from other parts, and then get people to look a little bit more closely when they come into port or they go to Coco Key. So it was really exciting talking to people. I found that people had a lot of questions, and people really wanted to have that opportunity to learn more about their destinations.
Wow. So who seemed most interested? Regular cruisers, older folks? Were any patterns emerge, or were you surprised by who had the questions and who wanted to learn more?
I was very surprised by who had the questions. And Rachel and I kind of talked about the demographics. Since I went on the cruise in June, there were a lot of young people on, high school and college graduation trips. Of course, there were a lot of older people. I told Rachel, I was so amazed at, how happy everybody was on the cruise ship,
Yeah.
Multi-generational and family vacations. And so I would say, a whole range of people came with questions. I met one gentleman who was from Virginia, and he had a small oyster farm in the Chesapeake Bay. So he was very interested in hearing about aquaculture and fisheries in the Bahamas. So, you have people from all walks of life who, in a lot of surprising ways, can connect with us here in the Bahamas.
Yeah. All right, so many questions. So Rachel, how do you volunteer? Do you seek out people? If you're interested in being one of the locals who gets to connect on board.
So people do fill out a form, and we understand what their purpose and their passion is, and figure out what a good fit is. Oftentimes, it comes down to availability to be on these ships, and there are limited slots available. But people can certainly reach out, and we're building our roster of great talent, and of course, there's no shortage here in the Bahamas. So people can continually reach out because these opportunities oftentimes do present themselves either through Royal or even other cruise partners quite quickly. So we're building a roster, and we're open for applications, I'll say.
Wow. So how often generally would you want someone to be available? Is it like a once or twice a year thing? How does it work?
I would say once or twice a year would be great, yes. And we're also looking for a cross-section of individuals. Dr. Seeley has a great background in marine protection and the ecosystem and the marine beds, and I'm sure I'm butchering this, Dr. Seeley, so forgive me. But then we also had Cache Knowles from Eyes of Bahamian Bay. She was just sharing some great Bahamian culture. And starting today, we have someone from the National on board talking about some of the great artists of the Bahamas. So it really depends on availability and keeping the content fresh and ever-changing, but opportunities really are endless.
So maybe a Junkanoo ambassador, is that something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We love that.
Wow.
Dwight, one of the challenges that we always hear is that people don't come off of the cruise ships. And so this initiative, as simple, as small as it may seem, it has so many layers because what it does is it kind of entices people to learn more about the Bahamas, to get off the ship. When you heard Dr. Seeley speak, based on her one lecture, she touched so many industries because she talked about the blue economy, she talked about tourism, she talked about the orange economy, and so now there's an impetus now to say, maybe I should see if I can go around and look at some of the things that Dr. Seeley or any of the persons who would present it spoke about, and then spend some of course, the money that I would have otherwise not been able to spend if I hadn't come off.
Right, and get people to understand the food and
Absolutely.
What are some must-have experiences, right? Wow, okay. So tell us a little more about what the requirements would be if you are chosen to be a part of this, Rachel. How often would you need to speak, or how many presentations exactly would you need to do?
Sure. So for this particular cruising and sailing, it was a 9-day cruise, and they had 5 days at sea. So that dictated how many talks were requested, and so in this case, it was 5. 5 talks of about 40 minutes each. And so you need to be relatively an expert in your field or feel very comfortable talking about certain topics. And when we say expert, sometimes it puts people off like, oh, goodness, I don't know if I can be an expert and speak on a stage to this many people. But I think that many people are experts in fields that they don't even give themselves credit for. For example, if you could even talk about Bahamian dialect or, about your family dinners over the weekend and how it was always grandma who would use the special pot and don't you dare touch her utensils or like I always say stuff only happens in the Bahamas, even just funny stories. So I think we can really be experts, and many more people than they think themselves could take this stage. And so in this particular case, it was 5 talks, but it could be 3 if it's a shorter sailing. It really just depends.
Yeah. And so you mentioned some names that you have already, but how many generally are you looking for? What would a roster look like?
Yeah, so it's really quite fluid. It's based on the needs of the cruise ships, and they saw such success in Alaska that they're dipping their toe into this region. And so this is our foray into this, and we just expect it to grow. So I can't say with any certainty exactly what the cadence will be, but we're very, very optimistic that with the success of Dr. Seeley's presentation and the subsequent presenters, that the appetite will only increase.
Wow. And Dr. Seeley, are you going back, or when do you go back?
Yeah, I would love to go back. I was really surprised because, I'll say in the 1980s, I went to many meetings about when cruise ships were just getting started and, what was going to be the impact of cruise ships on the environment and on tourism. And, now, so many people visit to the Bahamas via cruise ships, right? And so I was very impressed of particularly Royal Caribbean, because you remember in the 80s, we had trash being thrown overboard and maybe not best practices, but I'll tell you, they did an incredible job, in touring the ship and managing their solid and sewage waste. And, the level of safety that they had with their visitors, going on Coco Key. So I have to say, I came away with and so I think that's good. It's two ways. Bahamians are going to come away and say, "Wow, this is really an important, way in which people are introduced to the Bahamas, and we need to really be more involved in the message and the understanding that people on cruise ships have about, our archipelago."
Yeah. This is fantastic. When again were you on? When was this?
I was on from the 19th to the 29th of June, so
Okay.
just weeks ago.
Okay.
And I gave 5 lectures, and I'll tell you, when I mentioned like land crabs, people were like, "What?" So even I was saying to Rachel, we need to find somebody who's, works with the land crab, national park, and can talk about, So I think there's so many things about the Bahamas that people are interested in hearing about, that I agree with Rachel. This program will only grow, and it'll, we always hope that people, not everybody will on a cruise ship will then want to have an overnight stay vacation in the Bahamas, but will really pique people's interest in other types of vacations they can have in the country.
Yeah. So people are texting in with names they think would be good.
Oh boy, this is an audition.
This is.
Please share them.
I was thinking myself, the food
Absolutely.
ambassador,
Yes.
he would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking Angelique McKay.
Absolutely.
The Genesis and the Junkanoo Commandos. They go around the world talking about Junkanoo. I think
They should reach out to me afterwards to become a chamber member. That would be great, and then we can definitely link them.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's
And I
some
will
good
mention
stuff.
that this was a paid opportunity. So just going back to the
Absolutely.
central theme of the show, commerce. So this is an opportunity not only for exposure and sharing culture, it was also a commercial activity, which I think is great.
Wonderful stuff. All right. So again, Rachel, if people are interested, Voyage, spell it for everyone again, and let people know how they can reach you, websites, any other information that they need.
Sure. So Voyage is Voyij. And if interested in either being a local on board or setting up an e-commerce store on our on voyage.com, we are just starting out with our Bahamas page, but we are really, really excited. So beyond this opportunity to join on a cruise ship, you can have an evergreen store. It's free to set up. You set it up yourself. You have full control. And so that's where some additional economic opportunities lie. Orange economy.
Definitely.
So I'll drop my email here for anyone interested in reaching out directly. I'm happy to liaise. My email is Rachel, RACHEL Hale, HALE, at voyage.com. And that's VOYIJ.com.
Okay. Tell us more about the store. We didn't get into that so much, and how that's going to build out over the from now into the future, what you envision for it.
Sure. So like I was mentioning, it's an e-commerce platform. So let's say you are an artist and you have like poured your entire life into your craft. And so you're reliant on people coming either to your direct store or hearing about you word of mouth or Instagram. You probably don't have an entire team to build out an e-commerce platform or a website or monitor customer service or deal with the hurdles of dealing with international shipping. I mean, we just hear this time and time again. It's like, we'd love to do it, but it's so difficult. So Voyage really has this figured out. And so basically you can skip everything. We take care of all of the customer service, all of the IT and servicing. And we've also been able to negotiate some really heavily discounted international shipping rates. And so you set up a store on voyage.com. Anything that sells, Voyage takes a small percentage of. And then we help you handle all the logistics and getting it from your store to somebody in Boston, for example. And the real benefit of that is that you don't need someone to be physically in front of you and capture their attention. You can get someone during, post their travel or someone visited and now it's festive season or around Christmas time and they're thinking, you know what, I've got this this friend or this spouse who has everything. I really would love to get them something authentic. Shoot, I should have gotten them something from the Bahamas. Well, we've got you covered. And then you can just go online and it gets shipped directly to your doorstep.
Oh, wow, that is a great idea. All right. So what does the future look like for the Hale Effect and for Voyage, and in terms of the Bahamas? What can we expect?
Well, thanks for that question. The Hale Effect is my company, but we'll focus this conversation really on Voyage because it's what we're so excited about, and it can touch so many Bahamians and amplify their exposure and their economic impact to them and their families. So we're growing the e-commerce platform. We want to partner on more events. Cruise lines also reach out to us with special cruises where they take people off the ship, and so they're doing festivals, and so we're bringing in artists. The opportunities really continue to grow. So the more that you liaise ecosystem, opportunities do come about. Like there could be a pop-up artist marketplace. We could have locals on board. You could promote your store. So it just continues to grow. And so I just encourage locals to engage and support Voyage because we're here to support you.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful stuff. And Dr. Seeley, what's next for you?
Well, I'm retired from the University of Miami, so I'm living here in Exuma, and I'm trying to work on a lot of volunteer activities down here with the Exuma Art Network and with coastal conservation. So this was a wonderful opportunity, and I'm constantly on the lookout for young people to refer to Rachel. I was very honored to be asked to be on the sort of inaugural cruise. And so now I think this is one more mechanism that we need to employ, particularly to get younger people more engaged in the cruise ship industry while, remaining here in the Bahamas.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a fact. This hasn't started. It didn't start years ago, and that more cruise ships are doing it. Yeah. But this is really wonderful. And Dr. Leo Roll,
it certainly is.
These are some of the types of partnerships.
Listen, we're
really
working.
Need.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
But yes, this was an excellent opportunity. So, like I said, when Voyage reached out to us, it was a no-brainer to be able to help the Bahamian economy in this way, and to help entrepreneurs or local Bahamians in this way. To get persons on board the cruise ship, speaking about the Bahamas, speaking about different industries and aspects, and helping persons to be able to come off the ship. And so the Chamber of Commerce, this is only one feather in our cap, but we will continue on. We have a number of initiatives coming up throughout the year, a number of aspects that will help the MSME community. And so if you aren't a member yet, I don't know what you're waiting on, but I can tell you it's only up from here.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Rachel, one more time, let people know the email address and where they can find out more information if they're interested in being a part of this or they know somebody who should be a part of this.
Sure. Again, my email address is rachel.hale@voyage.com. That's RACHEL.hale.com, and that's VOYIJ.com. And if anyone's interested in the e-commerce, go ahead and look around. It's VOYIJ.com. You'll see a lot going on about Alaska. We're launching and growing the Bahamian platform. So just know that we hold space for you and we welcome you to be a part.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Very exciting, and can't wait to hear more from Bahamians who have great experiences on these ships. Rachel Hale, Dr. Kathleen Sullivan Seeley, and Dr. Leo Roll. Thank you very much, and we look forward to talking with you again in a few weeks here on the Chamber Hour on Morning Blend Business.
Definitely. Thank you, Dwight.
All right, we're going to take a break and then be back to wrap things up on Morning Blend Business on this Thursday morning here on Guardian Radio 96.9.
At At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik and Ricardo Rum presents the Made in the Bahamas Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. for a cultural ID pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fan Sean, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
With RBC, your idea of loving every journey happens now. Free up cash with affordable auto financing from RBC. With competitive rates and no bank fees, it's the perfect time to make every journey something special. Apply now to pre-qualify in 60 seconds at rbc.com/auto loan to shop with confidence. Conditions apply. RBC, your idea of loving your journey happens here.
Shell, you home? My gas just going out. Let me that small barbecue tank you have. I tell you long time, go get a barbecue tank from Caribbean Gas. They just got a new shipment of tanks of all sizes. Now you know they always have the best prices. Call them, Caribbean Gas, 361-6007 or 552-9597. You want to use my phone? Here, call them now.
Nassau, it's that time again! The Ministry of Tourism, Investment and Aviation presents Bahamas Gourmet Summer 2025. And it all goes down Friday, July 25th on Bay Street. Town Nassau, Friday, July 25th, 12 noon to midnight. Featuring Fan Sean, Shine 242, KB, all backed by the Rhythm Man. Also a Chippy Gourmet Rush Out. Friday, July 25th on Bay Street.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
Don't be left in the dark this hurricane season. Total Services Bahamas, your authorized distributor for Rolco, is ready to install and service a top-quality generator that will power your entire home, keep your lights on, your refrigerator cooling, and your house nice and cozy. When the lights go out, you don't have to. Total Services is here to ensure your comfort and safety this hurricane season and beyond. Complete generator solutions from installation to convenient rentals. Total Services Bahamas, number 98 Thompson Boulevard. Call 323-0400 or 1, or visit the website at totalservicesbahamas.com.
You work hard for your money, so let your money work hard for you. With as little as $1,000 to start, you can watch your money grow by investing in CFAL's Bahamian dollar and US dollar mutual funds, each tailored to match your unique investment profile. Our expert advisors are dedicated to crafting personalized investment strategies to help you achieve your financial goals. Don't miss out on the chance to earn higher returns on your hard-earned money. Join the thousands of investors who trust CFAL and start your journey toward financial freedom today. Visit us at cfal.com to learn more about our saving and investment options. Build wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
It is time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper says that the Land Adjudication Bill 2025, during debate during this yesterday, saying that the bills will allow business and investment related to land to be done more quickly. Cooper is also the Minister for Investments and Aviation, said the reform will hopefully help to bring down the high cost of land in New Providence by making land on the Family Islands more viable as well. And he says that families will be able to subdivide, sell, or develop land with far fewer hurdles. And he says that means that population and business grow beyond Nassau as Nassauvians build second homes. Saying, quote, no longer will deals fall through at the last minute because of disputes buried in dusty deeds. We'll have clarity, we will have confidence, and we will have capacity. The Land Adjudication Bill 2025 makes provision for a land adjudicator and land adjudication tribunal. It seeks to establish a comprehensive legal framework for the systematic adjudication of rights and interests in land within the Bahamas. Thanks to its continuing rollout of its fiber network and some tweaks to its mobile network, Cable Bahamas Group of Companies has been awarded 5 Internet Speed and Test Awards by Internet Performance and Testing firm Ookla. The company held a press conference yesterday at Bahamar on the final day of Canto, the 40th Annual Conference and Trade Expo, to reveal that Ookla chose it as the winner of the awards for the fastest mobile network in the Bahamas, the best mobile network in the Bahamas, the best mobile gaming experience in the Bahamas, the best fixed gaming experience in the Bahamas, and the best fixed network in the Caribbean region. CEO of Cable Bahamas Group of Companies, Franklin Butler, explained that the company did not receive these accolades last year because its fiber rollout had only just gotten started in 2024. And for the mobile side, because there were some network settings that had to be adjusted. But he says the more customers they get on the Alive Fiber network, the stronger the results are and the more consistent the results are. Suncash is undertaking a $3 million expansion to Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and then the wider English-speaking Caribbean. Suncash's business development manager, Sean Smith, telling Guardian Business that the company is taking its success from the promotion and implementation of the Sand Dollar in the Bahamas, particularly with ATMs, and bringing that to underserved areas in the Caribbean. Since December 2019, Suncash has rapidly gained over 85,000 user accounts in the Bahamas and has ATMs on every major Bahamian island with a population over 50. They say the goal is to get to Jamaica and Trinidad by the end of the year, and others in 2026. And Bahamas-based cloud services company CloudCare protected its clients from more than 160 million cyber attacks last month alone, 90 million of which were directed at its clients in the Bahamas. That's according to the company's Chief Operations Officer, Victor Kovacs. Speaking of Canto, Kovacs explained that attacks monitored by the company are up 167% last month compared to December of last year. Overseas, after an earlier pullback, consumers picked up their spending in June despite anxiety over tariffs in the state of the U.S. economy. Retail sales in the U.S. rose a better than expected 0.6% in June after declining 0.9% in May. That's according to the Commerce Department. It said today that sales in April fell 0.1%, pulled down by a steep drop in auto sales after Americans ramped up their car buying in March to get ahead of U.S. President Donald Trump's 25% duty on imported cars and car parts. Excluding autos and automotive parts, sales rose 0.5%. There was broad-based strength across the board. Clothing and accessories sales rose 0.9%, while health and personal care saw a 0.5% slump, or bump rather, went up 0.5%. Restaurant sales rose 0.6%, while online retailers recording a 0.4% gain. Autos and automotive parts dealers rebounded with a 1.2% increase. There were a few weak spots like electronics and appliance retailers and department stores, both of which had sales declines. And PepsiCo reporting better than expected earnings and revenue in the second quarter despite sluggish North American sales. Sales of Frito-Lay and other snacks fell 1% in North America during the April to June period, while beverage sales slid 2% in the region. Years of double-digit price increases from PepsiCo and changing consumer preferences has weakened demand for the company's drinks and snacks. Pepsi says that it's trying to combat perceptions that its products are too expensive by expanding distribution of value brands like Chester's and Santitas. Sales rose in other regions, including Latin America and Asia. PepsiCo and low or no sugar versions of its trademark Pepsi saw strong sales globally. Revenue rose less than 1% to $22.7 billion in the April to June period. That was higher than the $22.3 billion Wall Street forecast, according to analysts polled by FactSet. Closer to home in your Market Watch recapping trading on the BISX from Wednesday. Your market movers, Cable Bahamas moving 2,000 shares, closing down 2 cents to $3.85. Commonwealth Bank moving 15,475, down 11 cents to $4.40. Consolidated Water down 10 cents to $5.92. Emira Incorporated down 1 cent, closing at 11.13. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,980.94, down 0.24. That's your Market Watch. And that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.